Sanral is moving to an operational structure based on provincial offices to allow for closer involvement with Provincial Roads Network and greater consultation with local municipalities and communities. The 9 provincial offices will have their own provincial head. Sanral CEO Reginald Dimana said, "We have ensured that we have the right mix of expertise, leadership and passion to take Sanral to new heights, and we wish them all the best in their new roles." In the Free State, based in Bloemfontein, the head of the province will be Marlize Nel-Verwey. We talked to Marlize about her new role and about her journey with Sanral. Joining me today on Sanral TV is the Provincial Head of Free State, Marlize Nel-Verwey. Thank you so much for joining me, Marlize.
Oh, thank you for inviting me to the interview.
Now, we are sitting in this beautiful Sanral building, and I understand that you were part of the design team. Can you tell us a bit about the design project of this beautiful building?
Oh, yes, I'm very proud of this project. We used to have our offices in Newton Park in the city, and in around about 2011, we realized that we are outgrowing the office. I am always eager to try something new, so I've put up my hand to source a new building for us. And we appointed service providers. We commenced with the design in about late 2012, 2013. Construction commenced in 2014. And finally, the building was handed over to us the end of 2016. So we occupied it early in 2017. And I enjoy being in this building. It is a 5-star building, a green building, 5-star building. So there's a lot of environment-friendly elements in this building. And I love being here.
Now, I understand that you've been with Sanral for about 17 years. Can you take us through your journey?
Yes, originally, I didn't plan to study civil engineering. As a child, I actually wanted to become an architect because I have a bit of an artistic, creative flair. But eventually, when I had to make a decision on tertiary education, I tested well for engineering. I chose civil engineering. I must be honest, the day when I entered the tertiary institution, I did not know what I was letting myself in for, but I must honestly say I never looked back. I really enjoy the environment. After my first employment, I joined what is now called the Vaal University of Technology. So I was a lecturer there for almost 5 years. Thereafter, I entered the consulting engineering environment. I worked for the Development Bank of Southern Africa. And when that program that I was working on was completed, I was afforded the opportunity at Sanral in 2008. And from 2008 up to about 2015, that is really what I did, was project management. But in 2015, I started to scale down on my projects and got more and more involved in the management of the what then called Southern Region, up to a point where in about 2017, I was fully involved in the management of the office and all aspects thereof. So it was really a natural progression from being on the ground, understanding the challenges that project managers have on the ground, and now being in this position where I can support them as best as possible.
So Marlize, congratulations on your appointment as the Provincial Head of Free State. Which areas exactly make up this area?
Well, yes, as you would know, if you look on a map, the Free State is very central, the most central province of South Africa. And there's almost a connection with most of the provinces. For example, if you start in Gauteng, you have Sasolburg, which borders with Gauteng at the Vaal River. It goes all the way, Kroonstad, Welkom, Bloemfontein, Koelsberg, and then you connect with the Eastern Cape. On the other hand, you go Bloemfontein, Harry Smith, to connect with KwaZulu-Natal, and even all the way to Kimberley. So it's really a very centralized province which connect South Africa.
What are some of the challenges that you envision being the provincial head of Free State?
You know, I think one of the biggest challenges is the roads that we are taking over from other authorities. At the moment, the Free State has about 3,058 kilometers of national road network, meaning that Sanral is the custodian thereof, and 1,480 of those kilometers are routes that we took over from other authorities in the past 2 financial years. So it means 48% of the current Sanral road network in the Free State has been taken over from other authorities in the last 2 financial years. Of course, when you take over a route from another authority, it does not come with a budget. And that is really a challenge. So typically what we do is we would establish what we refer to as an urgent or emergency routine road maintenance project, so that we can just commence to maintain those routes while we are starting to budget for those routes. And then, of course, the provincialization of Sanral is a phased process. So it's not as if you make the decision and the next day there's a provincial office. So we've got 3 phases, and the project will the provincialization will roll out over approximately a 3-year period. It's not cast in stone. Yes, so we need to procure resources, which is both human resources and other resources. So it's going to take some time to really get this office established, and in the interim I will have to rely heavily on my colleagues in other provinces, but luckily I've been in the position since January, and I must say colleagues are really very eager to assist. I only had a positive experience.
That is absolutely commendable, and we wish you all the best as
Thank
your
you.
new role of Provincial Head of Free State. What would you say the road ahead holds for you, Marlize, and Sanral?
You know, if I can first talk about Sanral, when Sanral was established in 1998, it was the custodian of about 6,700 kilometers of national road. When I joined, it was in the order of about 12,000 kilometers of national road. And now, almost 17 years later, we are just over 27,000 kilometers of national road. And there's already a number of kilometers where we have written requests for transferring those roads to Sanral. So my guess is that towards the end of the 26th financial year, we will be close to 29,000 kilometers of national road. And of course, from a personal point of view, I am with Sanral on this route. For a long time, I felt that I'm ready to take up this position. I am very happy to have been given the opportunity. I've got my family behind me. My daughter actually said, "Mama, I am on board to go to Bloemfontein." And my aim is really to establish an office and to create an environment where my colleagues and our project managers can be as productive as possible and give their best, and to provide them with the support that they need.
Well, we wish you all the best in the future, and thank you so much for joining us today on Sanral TV.
Okay, thank you.